afternoon, everybody. I just saw something interesting pop up on my data drive OBS recordings that I'm going to have to look into. And I also see I have a black screen. If you think that the black screen is intentional, put a 1 in chat. If you think the black screen is not intentional, put a 1.235 or pi in chat. I wanted to share some OBS things with you today. I don't have the camera going. Zoom is in use, and that's fine. I don't feel like you need to see my picture. You don't need to see the camera. You don't need to see my face. So let's get started on this. I have been messing around in DaVinci for the better part of an hour now, and this is what I've gotten done. And this is going to be part of a bigger project that I've got going on. I'll jump over here into the edit tab, and this is real basic. Now I've got this started out right here. I don't know why that's there. It should be back here. Actually, oh, I know why that's there. All right, so we're going to play this to the point where it's at, and then I'm going to explain to you how it got where it's at. So when we play this, the clouds just disappear. They go away. And it reveals the license plate that Brian Lightfoot got me for when we were visiting. How does this take place? How does this happen? How do I go from clouds, the clouds move away, to revealing the zoom? Now I just wondered something. If I extend this, will that stop? Nope, that's what I thought. Now there's a way, and I got to remember how to do it. You go in there and you change a setting, and it will put that back the way it wants to be. I'm just going to put that back to 15 seconds. And I'm pretty sure it's 15 seconds because if I go back here, I'm at the 0. I go to the end, I'm at 15. So I'm at 15. That's cool. All right, let me show you how I've gotten to where I've gotten it to so far. This is a little old school, and there's a different way you can do it, but I'm actually enjoying doing it this way because I can control things a little bit better than what I was doing in the other thing I was trying to do earlier today. So I'm going to close the inspector. I don't need it really to be open right now, and I'm going to try to make this about 50-50. That looks about good right there. On this side, we have the 3D version of what's going on. You can rotate this around by holding down your Alt key, middle mouse button, and rotating your mouse around. Or you can rotate your mouse and get screwed up like I do from time to time. A couple things I want to point out. You'll notice down here the box, which is normally right there, is gone. This has been bugging me for quite some time, and I told myself this morning when I woke up, I said, "Self, if you accomplish nothing else today, you're going to make that box go away." I did a quick search on it, which was absolutely ridiculous. And then I got in here and I just started messing around, and I somehow right-clicked here and I got into options, show navigator. What is show navigator? Well, show navigator is this thing right here. You don't have to right-click. You can just press the letter V and it goes away. I should have figured that out a long time ago, but hey, at least I figured it out. Let's move on. So you've seen the results of what this is. It's just real simple. Before I go on, though, I want to give a couple little tips that may or may not help you out. This is being done in the studio version. I don't know if it will work in the pro version or the not pro version, the standard version, the free version or not. So first thing I want to do is I want to come in here and I got media 1, media 2, media 3, whatever. And this is just a copy of this. So let's clean this up a little bit. Let's put this over there. Well, that's that. So we're going to come up here. We're going to highlight it. We're going to F2 We're going to rename it, and this is going to be called Zoom License Plate. Hit OK. Now I know what it is. Now I don't have to go, well, geez, what's this one right here? Well, let's bring this over here. Oh, it's a cloud. I don't have to do that no more. Now, speaking of that, let's go. And this, I believe, is cloud number 2. So I'm going to click on it and try to figure out where in here it's at. And I think it's this one. Nope, that's the camera. That's interesting. Anyway, I'm going to highlight it. This is going to be right cloud. I'm going to rename this one. And this is going to be left cloud. Not cloud. And that's just for the transform. Now these are the pictures are the same thing. If I click on this, so let's bring this back around to where we can see what it is we're doing, okay? And let's bring it down here. I'm going to reduce it down to 25%. I'm going to bring the camera back a little bit. And you can see the whole picture there. Just the 3 things are right there. But I want to leave it right like that. So I'm going to go over here to identify which one this is. Maybe I'm going to make this bigger. I don't know. Let's go with 50%. Left cloud. It's not real helpful. That is not helping me out at all. This is probably the biggest issue I have with the 3D stuff. The right cloud. Oh, I see. I get it. I see what's going on. And I'm going to keep it at 50%, and I'm going to rotate this around like this. This is the cloud right there, and that's the cloud right there. So I've got everything I think renamed that I want renamed. And I renamed the transform. I should have probably renamed the image plane. The image plane right here. And that you can see that it's a cloud. And you can move it anywhere you want. As long as it's in front of the camera, it's going to be seen. If you put it behind the camera, behind the picture, it's not going to be seen. Kind of basic in my mind. So I'm going to put that right there. I want it to hide all that. So I don't think you can rename these the same thing. Let's just see if you can. Image plane, F2. I'm just going to call it left cloud. Should get an error, I'm thinking. Nope, we don't. Nope, we did. It did not change. It's still image plane 2. So I'm good with this right here. I know what I really should do is name the picture left cloud, and then I know everything that flows underneath it is going to be the left cloud. So let's continue. Let's just move on. I'll figure that out later. So I had a text in here earlier, and the text simply says the homies. That's all it says. If I connect it to the merge, then it shows up. But I thought that's kind of redundant because when this plays, it already says Zoom Homies. So there's kind of no need to that. And I'm debating on whether I'm going to add title or text or whatever. But it's the same way. You can right click on, you can left click, identify it. I believe it's this one. And then you can move it wherever you want. And like I said, as long as it's in front of the camera, it's going to be visible. So I can put it right there. And then if I open the inspector up, it's just like normal. As long as this is highlighted, you can change the color. You guys know me, I'm big on color changes. I think that's changing the color. I can't really tell. I'm just going to see if it did or not by going over here, identifying this. Yeah, it changed the color. So that's fine. Now I could actually keyframe this if I get to where I want a title. I don't know. I'll deal with that later. But for now, I just want to disconnect it. Another thing I wanted to point out, and this really reflects on the this will really reflect on studio version versus the paid version versus the unpaid version. I am going to show you something that I discovered today. I'm going to move these over. And I got to stop and think of what I want to do here. If I wanted to add, let's just say I wanted to add this picture. This picture is Mrs. K. So let's just say I wanted to add this picture. Well, I probably want to do it in the same format as this. It can be done a couple different ways. The first way is you can grab an image plane. No, I'm wrong. I want to do it this way. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it a couple ways. You can grab your image plane. You can grab your transform. You can keep all these disconnected. The thing I noticed today is if I grab a 3D merge right here and bring it down to the line, it automatically now recognizes. You no longer have to hold shift. It automatically recognizes you're trying to add this, and as soon as that line changes from gray to blue-green, or yellow-blue, blue-green, you're good to go. So that's pretty cool. So that's one way you can do this. Or you can do this. Well, I don't want to get rid of my picture. I want to keep my picture. You can get rid of that. You can come over here and copy all of this. Right click, copy. That function does work. Off click, paste, and it's way up there. And that's fine. So I'm gonna bring this down. I should be able to grab this node. Yeah, you can bring this down. Now you're thinking, well, just connect that to that. Well, even if I hold shift, well, no, if I do hold shift, so not holding shift, I can't connect it. If I hold shift, it'll connect. Okay? The tutorial that I watched, the guy hadn't figured that out yet, because what he was doing is he would put it about right there. He would disconnect this, then he would bring this down to here. He'd connect this to this. It's just a flow chart after all, and he'd connect this to this. And then you're back to where you were at. Now, I don't want this picture, so I'm going to just temporarily swap that out for Mrs. K, because this is how this project's going to go eventually. Now, you'll notice she's all wonky. And that's because I think I want this 3D merge. No. Yes, I want this 3D merge. She's all kind of messed up. I want to move this like this, and that's because of the camera. If I move the camera back or over a little bit, I've got the target on so that it stays dead center of what I want. This should be interesting. I want media 2, which I don't see. This has to do with the size, so I want to go over here. And because I've got it transformed, now it's Mrs. K. Let's look at the size. And if I change the aspect of the size, actually it's not wonky. Actually it's just behind the clouds, and it looks wonky because of the clouds. It's not actually wonky. If I can move it over here. don't really want to be moving the camera. I like the camera where it's at, but I want her to be more centered on here. Now that's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, and it's actually not doing what I want it to do. And again, this is not, there we go. This is exactly what it should look like because it's in front of that. It's in front of the clouds. So I need to fix that. Let's go into this transform. I'm gonna figure this out. I don't know what the box is up there in the upper. I don't know what this box is. That's the camera. I don't want the camera. I'm not sure why the camera is showing. I forgot to mark the time too, by the way. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. Just give you guys an idea of what I'm working on. So do I want this merge in there? And then I can, that's the camera again. Here we go, get the image plane. So I can bring, oh, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to move the picture, and the picture is in a transform. So I want this here, and I want it more centered right there. That's going to be in front. So if I go look at that now, that's just entirely too big. So we want to bring it down a little bit. Nope, we want to keep it at 1. If we scrub through this, then it's not going to do what I want. That's fine. That's fine. So now I want the image plane, and I want to change the size of this. So I'm going to bring this down here. I want the camera. Can I move the camera? Oh, I can't. So let's bring the camera all the way back. Nope. Now, earlier today, I changed a setting on the camera. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. Something I just learned. I'm going to take the camera, I'm going to pin it so that the camera is now, if I go to the image plane here and scroll down, the camera is there. Go to transform, I'm using the target, I can scroll back up and I'm here. So now I can come in here and look at the camera, see what's going on. And we'll see what this one is. This is this one. That's too big still. I'm going to start it with that. No, I'm not going to start it with that. I don't know what I want to do. I know I've got an idea, but that's not what I want to do. I want to, I put her behind the clouds because I moved the camera, it screwed up the first part of this. If I take her out of the picture, she's completely out of the picture. If I grab the camera, that's what I want right there. Still not quite covering it all up. I don't want any gray dots, so I want it right there. I don't want any background dots, is what I mean by gray dots, gray squares. Okay, now if I reconnect Mrs. K back to here, Alright, you can't see her because you just can't see her. That's cool. So let's start out with grabbing Mrs. K's image plane and put it right there. Let's mark a keyframe in the translation. And does that need to be re-keyframed on the camera or not? I don't think it does. I want the camera to pretty much stay where it's at for now. So now I need to go remember where I keyframed this at, and I believe it was at 112, 225, or somewhere in that neck of the woods. So I'm going to go up here to 112-ish. And I'm going to move her completely out of the way. Now let's go look at this. Go to the beginning. Hit play. There we go. That's kind of the effect that I'm looking for. That actually looks really, really, really good for right now. And I've got some adjustments to do. I don't want the pictures to be that big. So now theoretically, excuse me, I should be able to jump back over here. I should be able to grab all of this, moving this way over here, off click. Then I can, what's this picture right here? This picture is another cloud. Wow, do we want to put another cloud? Let's put another cloud in there just for grins, just for humor, haha purposes. Let's put another cloud in there just to be funny, haha funny. And then I need a merge, so I'm going to go ahead and add the merge. And then I'm going to reconnect. I'm going to not reconnect, but I'm going to connect all of these down. And why are we not seeing media out? Okay, I would have thought that I would see the cloud in front of Mrs. K. Okay. I don't want to move the camera. I do want to kind of try to figure out what that box is up there at the top at some point in time today, but I'm not going to lose sleep over it. These lines don't have to be perfectly straight. It's just me. So why am I not seeing? If I put this up here, that's what I want to see. I want to see that. Can I control Z and get that back where it was at? No, I cannot. I'm guessing if I bring this up there, no. But I want that there, and I want that there. Now I want to go to the image plane and bring the image plane there we go. That makes sense. So let's test that theory out. So now we have Mrs. K behind a cloud. Cloud and Mrs. K disappears, gives way to clouds that give way to Zoom Homie's license plate. All right, that's about enough for today. I'm going to keep working on this project. I got some crazy ideas I want to work with. But you can see, oh, there's another way to do this. You can also do the same exact thing using the merge 3D because I'm 99% sure. I don't know what this is. It's not under scale. It's not under channel. Not under controls. It just kind of showed up. I'll have to figure out what I clicked on to make it show up. You still have that box. I'm just ecstatic I can make that go away. Let's see if I can do. All right, so I had a crazy idea, but I don't remember what it was. What if we come back to this? What if we put the clouds here? Go to transform, set a keyframe. Since I don't know which way I'm going to go with this, I want that to be there. And then what if we go to 110? Because remember, at 110, no, wait a minute. Where does Mrs. K disappear at? Or where's Mrs. K? Mrs. K appears at 0. So I've set a keyframe at 0. I'm still on my I want to go 3 frames. 1, 2, 3. And I want that frame, I want that cloud to just disappear. Go here. Go back to the beginning. Hit play. And it disappears. It's a good start. It is a very good start. Obviously, I'll have to go in and add music and all that other fun, fancy stuff. But I just wanted to kill some time today and kind of figure some things out here. I'm happy with how this is looking right so far. I'll have to play around with this. I'm kind of wanting to change her picture a little bit, but I don't want to bore anyone any longer than I already have. I guess I could go in here to this image plane and then go back to the beginning. If I disconnect this, that'll get rid of the cloud. And then I'm on Mrs. K. I want to do I want to go to the transform node with Mrs. K, and I want to reduce the size down. Can I do that? And that's changing. Oh, wrong transform. So I want to put that back where it was. I want to go to the transform node of Mrs. K and reduce the size down. Can I do that? I can do that. But by doing that, it brings in the whole picture. All right, this leads us to another interesting dilemma. Is this for... Yes, this is for the picture. Can I mask this out while I'm here? While Mrs. K is highlighted, if I click on a mask, I want the mask to be over there so I can deal with the mask. I'm going to bring this back down here. Click on the mask. Can I mask out Mrs. K? It looks like I may be able to do what I'm attempting to do. I do not know. Let's go with that. Okay. What if we invert it? That's kind of hinky. You just see Doug's legs over there. What if we don't invert it? What if we bring this down? What if we change the size of the mask even smaller? And invert that. And then move the mask. I didn't want to rotate the mask. I wanted to move the mask. I actually rotated it. I did not want to rotate it. That's fine. Let me see if this does that. Yeah, that'll do that. Now I'm not going to get that back to exactly 100% unless I double click it. Now it's exactly where I want it to be. And if I grab this, I can put it there. Alright, I'm curious. Let's go see what that looks like. See what this little goofy thing looks like. And it looks okay. Oh, wait. Before I do that, I want to go back in here. I want to reconnect the cloud. And then I want to go back to the inspector. Yep. I can see where this is going. Cool. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to let that play out and get to there. I got some ideas of what I want to do. I'm just going to keep working with it. I'm going to get this with the fancy titles and whatnot and everything and all that, and we'll go from there and get it uploaded and go play some golf with Mrs. K this afternoon. There will be video to follow. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.